As a project management expert, I understand the importance of clarity, simplification, and breaking down complex topics into digestible components. When we talk about the world of finance and investing, terms like Nifty can often sound intimidating to beginners. However, just like a well-defined project plan, understanding Nifty is about grasping its core purpose and how it functions. So, let's demystify Nifty for anyone looking to understand the basics of the Indian stock market. What is Nifty? The simpler explanation. Imagine you want to know how the entire Indian economy, specifically its biggest companies, is performing. You can't just look at one company, right? That would be like judging the success of a massive construction project by looking at just one brick. You need a way to get a quick snapshot of the overall health and direction. This is where Nifty comes in. Nifty is basically a barometer or an index that tells you how well the top 50 large Indian companies listed on the National Stock Exchange, NSE, are performing. Think of it like this: if you're building a house, your economy, and you want to know how well the overall construction is going, you wouldn't just look at the plumber's progress or the electrician's work. You'd look at a combination of key areas: the foundation, the framing, the roofing, and maybe a few critical interior elements. Nifty is that combination for the Indian stock market. It takes the pulse of 50 of the most influential companies and gives you a single number that reflects their combined performance. The full name, Nifty 50. The official name is actually Nifty 50. Nifty is a blend of national and 50. 50 refers to the 50 Indian companies included in this index. These 50 companies are carefully selected from various sectors of the Indian economy. They are large, well-established, and generally leaders in their respective industries. When the share prices of these 50 companies go up on average, the Nifty 50 index goes up. When their share prices go down, the Nifty 50 goes down. Who creates and manages Nifty? The Nifty 50 index is owned and managed by NSE Indices Limited, which is a subsidiary of the National Stock Exchange of India, NSE. They are like the project managers of the index. They set the rules, decide which companies get included or excluded, a process called rebalancing, and ensure the index accurately reflects the market. Why is Nifty important for beginners? For someone just starting to learn about the stock market, Nifty is incredibly important for several reasons. Market barometer. It provides a quick and easy way to gauge the overall mood and direction of the Indian stock market. If Nifty is up, it generally means the market is optimistic. If it's down, it indicates pessimism. Benchmark for performance. If you decide to invest in individual stocks or mutual funds, Nifty often serves as a benchmark. For example, if your investment portfolio grew by 10% in a year, and Nifty grew by 12%, it tells you that your investments didn't quite keep pace with the broader market. It's like evaluating a sub-project's performance against the overall project's target. Entry point for understanding. Instead of trying to track thousands of individual companies, focusing on Nifty 50 gives you a manageable starting point. You can learn about the largest sectors and companies that drive the Indian economy. Basis for investment products. You don't have to buy all 50 companies individually to invest in Nifty. There are investment products like exchange-traded funds, ETFs, or index funds that directly track the Nifty 50. When you invest in a Nifty 50 ETF or index fund, you are essentially investing in all 50 companies in the same proportion as they are in the index. This is an excellent way for beginners to get exposure to the broader market without having to pick individual stocks. It diversifies your investment across multiple companies, reducing the risk associated with investing in just one or two companies. How are the 50 companies chosen? The selection process for the Nifty 50 is governed by specific rules set by NSE Indices. It's not arbitrary. Key criteria often include market capitalization. The companies must be large and highly liquid, meaning their shares are frequently traded. Liquidity. There must be enough trading activity in their shares to ensure that the index's movements accurately reflect market sentiment. Representativeness. The companies should represent various sectors of the Indian economy to give a broad overview. Free float market capitalization. This is a key technical term. It refers to the portion of a company's shares that are available for public trading, excluding those held by promoters, governments, or locked-in shares. The Nifty 50 is weighted by free float market capitalization, meaning companies with a larger free float market value have a greater impact on the index's movements. The list of companies in the Nifty 50 is reviewed and potentially changed periodically, e.g., semi-annually, to ensure it remains representative of the top companies in the Indian market. This process is similar to how a project team might review and update its resource allocation or task priorities based on evolving project needs. Nifty and project management analogy. Think of Nifty as the overall project health indicator for the Indian stock market. Each of the 50 companies is a critical sub-project or a key work package. The sector representation ensures you're looking at different functional areas, like IT, banking, manufacturing. The daily movement of Nifty is like your daily project status report. Is the overall project ahead or behind schedule, or is it stable? Investing in a Nifty 50 ETF is like investing in the success of the entire project, rather than trying to manage each tiny task yourself. You trust the project manager's NSE indices to keep the project, the index, well maintained. Getting started. For beginners, the best way to interact with Nifty is to observe. Watch how the Nifty 50 moves daily. You'll find its value displayed prominently on financial news websites and apps. Learn. Understand which major companies are part of the Nifty 50 and how they contribute to the Indian economy. Consider index funds/ETFs. If you're ready to invest, a Nifty 50 index fund or ETF is often recommended for beginners because it offers diversification and tracks the broader market performance without requiring you to pick individual stocks. Understanding Nifty 50 is a foundational step in comprehending the Indian stock market. It simplifies a complex reality into a single, understandable metric, much like a well-structured project dashboard simplifies the progress of a large initiative. It's your first step towards becoming a more informed investor, enabling you to gauge market sentiment and make more educated decisions as you progress on your financial journey.